by Tracy's Kitchen and Appalachian Adventures. I want to talk to you today. I'm going to tell you the story of two judges, two dumb judges. You know, I kind of like these stories. I like the stories. It's not that I like to see people fall or people do ridiculous stuff. That's not issue. That's not the issue. The issue is I kind of like these stories because some people have good careers, they have money, and they still dumb. They still dumb and stupid about money. So poor people shouldn't be so hard on themselves. Okay, you're making $7 an hour. You just lost that job. And so are you a failure? No, you're not a failure. Because look, even on $7 an hour, you had sense enough to save $200 emergency money. And you put it in an envelope under your pillow or something. At least you had sense enough to save $200 emergency money. So you lost your $7 an hour job. Get another $7 an hour job. But I kind of like these stories of people who have position, people who have money, and they're still stupid about money. That's why poor people shouldn't be so hard on themselves. It's not that I enjoy seeing people fall. I don't. But it just fascinates me that how people can have a good career and still dumb and still broke, dumb and stupid about money. Now, the first judge, he was a lawyer, and then he became a judge. Now, he had 2 children. He had 2 houses. Now, both of these houses were rather cheap, by today's standards, because this particular state is kind of an inexpensive state. So even though they were nice houses, they were kind of cheap by the standards of today, okay? So a second home he had went into foreclosure. His name was in the paper and everything. I was shocked to see his name in the paper, okay? But the second home went into foreclosure. Now, so what does that mean? Despite his education, going to law school and everything, despite practicing as a lawyer for years, he had no money. And he was stupid about money. He didn't even have sense to say, okay, let me at least get some rental income from this other house. I'll rent it out and I can get some rental income from that house. What did he do? He let it go into foreclosure and his name is in the paper. He didn't even try to sell it, even at a bargain place. And this is a man who's had time to save his money, so he won't even be in this situation. I mean, he should have had so much money. I mean, he didn't come from a poor family by any stretch of the imagination, because I just happen to know the whole family. Not intimately, but I just know who they are. He was not poor by any stretch of the imagination. And actually, some of his siblings, they were making a good living. They could have given him some money. But, that he should have had enough money in the bank where he could have just paid off the debt of that second home. But what did he do? He went into foreclosure. And look, his family, even though they kind of, I would say upper middle class, they probably could have helped him. Okay, but they didn't help him, let it go into foreclosure. But what shocked me is that he's been a practicing lawyer for years, and he should have saved enough money so that he could have just paid that house off and got some rental income. But what did he do? He let it go into foreclosure. Poor and stupid. Poor, broken, stupid judge. And he's still a judge, y'all. Now, the second judge you can read about on Google, West Virginia Supreme Court Justice, 22-count indictment. Now, you can read about that. Now, this particular judge, he was, according to what I read, it was 9 years on the United States Supreme Court as a clerk. And so he should have saved enough money all over these years to buy anything he wants. Okay, so it's a 22-count indictment. There are other charges like fraud and lying to a FBI officer and so on. But some of it was stealing government property. Some of it was stealing a desk from the government, probably an expensive desk. Misuse of government credit card, misuse of government computers, misuse of government cars. And see, the point is that he made enough money as a justice, and from his previous job, he made enough money to buy the desk that he wants. If the desk costs $4,000, he should have been able just to pay for it. The ditto with the computers and the cars, the government cars and the credit card. So you know what? If he was in a retail store, it's called shoplifting. But because he worked for the government, it's called stealing government property. And what amazes me, I know if you look deeper, if you look at the story within the story, this particular judge has a character problem. Because this, what does that mean? What does all this 22 count indictment mean? It means despite his education, despite his work experience, working in the U.S. Supreme Court, at heart, he's a thief. You know, in his heart of hearts, in his character, he's a thief. Okay, because when you steal government property, you're a thief. And he's facing like 395 years in prison. Okay, but stealing government property. Like I said, if you were in a retail store, it's called shoplifting. But if you work for the government, it's called stealing government property. Okay, and if you look at the story within the story, the truth is he knows nothing about money. Despite his education, despite his career, he doesn't have a decent amount, because he doesn't evidently have a decent amount of money, because he should have been able to pay cash. He shouldn't have had to cheat the government out of a credit card, computers, or a car. He could just use his own credit card for that matter. He shouldn't have had to steal a government desk. He should have been able to just buy it himself. Okay? He should have, saved enough money so he can just buy what he wants to buy. I just don't understand anybody being that dumb and stupid. But, it's the judge. He's dumb and stupid about money. Okay? Despite his education, despite his experience, I get it. He has basic character flaws. At heart, he's a thief. I get that. But see, there's another story within the story. He knows nothing about money. He doesn't know how to save money. Because like I said, he should have been able to save money over the years to buy what he wants to buy. He shouldn't have had to steal government credit cards, steal government cars, computers, and a desk. He shouldn't have had to do that. Okay? You should have had enough money in the bank to save it. Money under a pillow, okay? Put some money on the cotton picking pillow if you don't want to put it in the bank. Put it under your pillow, okay? Okay, so those are the two judges. Both of them upper middle class. I don't know the second judge, but I do know the first one. I know who the first one is. He grew up, as far as I can tell, upper middle class. He was a practicing lawyer, and then he became a judge. Only has 2 children. You're not going to be broke after 2 children. So, yet second home went into foreclosure. He didn't even think, well, maybe I can save the second home for one of my children. I can pay the house off, and look, one of my children can live in those houses. You know what? So look, poor people, look, if you're hungry, that means you don't know how to grow food, harvest food, or cook food, or store food. That's what that means if you are hungry. If you're living in a shack, what does it mean? You don't know how to build a house or repair a house. If you broke, that means you don't know how to make money. You don't know how to spend money. And you don't know how to keep money. That's really what that means. So, you know what? Poor people, don't be so hard on yourself. There are people who are richer than you are, who have a better career than you do, and they don't know anything about money either. They don't know how to, they know how to make money because they got the career, they got the position, but they don't know how to spend money, they don't know how to keep money. And they don't know how to invest for the future. Because even the Bible tells us, we should be saving money for the next 3 generations, children's children's children. We should be, our great-grandchildren should have cars. Our great-grandchildren should have houses, real estate, and money. So, poor people, you shouldn't feel bad. You really shouldn't. And like I said, there's so many rich people. I can name names that are dumb about money. But I just want to tell you about the 2 dumb judges. 2 dumb judges, y'all. Have a nice day.